It's like this is like a deep therapy session.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Of course. I'm excited to hear what you think. My goal is to activate at least 2 of your brain cells by the time we are done with this.
That's a lot. I might explode.
I think we can make that happen.
What is your podcast about? Hanging out with your smartest and funniest friend. You know me. I'll kill anybody, but I'll only sleep with someone I love. Maybe she's a slut, just like her mother.
Hey cuties, and welcome back to Horror Icon, your queer playground for all things scary, sexy, and stupid. Y'all know me, I'm Crybaby, the spooky slut from your wettest nightmare, and today we are joined by a brand new face here for our Franchise Fridays. Everybody say hello to Brooklyn's favorite plant daddy, Richard Pham. Plant Daddy MD, right?
Yes, Plant Daddy MD. Hello, everyone.
Yes, Rich, I'm so fucking excited to have you here.
I'm really excited to be here.
So everybody, we've been talking about this for almost a month now, right?
Yep. Mhm.
Yeah. And just the minute I was just like, hey, Richard, are you a horror girly?
Yeah, I am.
And it's just been flooding my phone with ideas and just like, the day I asked you, you watched the first 2 movies of the franchise we're covering.
I did, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Whenever summertime hits,
Mhm.
I always like revisiting some of my favorite teen horror movies. So one of them, of course, is... Should I reveal it?
Yeah, go for it. Pop it out there.
I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Oh, I bet you do. Yes, I'm so excited for this. And if you're only listening to this, if you're not watching, there's a huge visual cue. I'm sitting here wearing my Helen Shivers best, as close as I could get. A little hairy chested, but we're good.
I mean, the tits are great.
Thank
so.
you. Thank you.
She's very ample.
I grew them myself. Well, welcome. I'm so excited to have you. I'm so excited that the Horror Icon audience gets to know you. They get to meet you and spend some time with you, because Richard's a fun time, everybody.
Oh, thank you.
Yes. No, absolutely. I mean, it started...
Well, yeah, when did we meet?
We met when you worked at the plant shop.
Yes.
The one right around the corner.
Yeah.
I had just quit my job at Sephora, everybody. And I walked into this plant shop and I was just like, yeah, I just quit my job. And you leaned over the desk and you're just like, isn't quitting a job fucking great? You're like, good for you. I fucking love quitting a job. And I was
It's a lot of fun. It's like a final, like, you know what? Fuck you.
Exactly.
Can I say that on here?
Please?
Okay, fuck.
Yes, all of the fucks here. It's so funny. Everybody that comes on, they're just like, can I curse? And I'm like, absolutely.
Yeah.
Please do. And the first thing they say after I say, they're just like, fuck. Yes.
It's liberating.
It is liberating. But yeah, no. And then that same day, I was asking you how to make a garment out of plants ethically.
Oh, yeah.
And then you hit me up like 2 weeks later for the botanical ball.
Yes, I
Mhm.
remember that.
Yes. And that's just kind of how it all started. That's how we got here.
Yeah, that's how we became friends.
Yes. So, like I always do with Franchise Friday, with the first episode, it's all about you. Before we even get into the movie, I want everybody to get to know you. Of course, because you're fantastic. You're wonderful people.
Oh.
You know what? I'm just going to, right out of the gate, let's talk Plant Daddy MD. Because that's your big baby right now.
It is my baby.
Yeah, so tell us about it.
So Plant Daddy MD is a business that I found this year where I go to people's homes and businesses and I doctor their plants. So this could be house plants, indoor plants, outdoor plants. I also do plant sitting, plant maintenance, and plant styling.
Plant styling.
Plant styling. So if you have like an overgrown, like 16-year-old fiddle leaf fig and it is windy, it is bent, you don't even know how to shape it, give me a call. We kind of look at what the structure is and we remake it into something that is a little bit more beautiful to look at, but also safe for the plant as well.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Because there's a lot of older plants that people don't know what to do with later down the line.
Yeah.
And when people, I think a big thing is that when people get into house plants, they don't realize, whoa, this thing lives for a long time, possibly forever.
Mm-hmm.
So I help out mature plants by kind of making them look aesthetically beautiful. There are many beautiful things you could do. Many beautiful things.
That's really cool. I didn't know that. I didn't know about plant styling. Of course,
Yes.
the doctoring, totally. I've killed, unfortunately, a good handful of plants in my life because it's one of those things where So many people want to be plant gays. Lots of us want to be plant gays. But the aesthetic of being a plant gay is completely different than the reality of being a plant gay, where you have to really know, what direction your window is facing, what plants need this and when, and like where can I put this one, where I had no idea. Still kind of don't. I'm gonna hit you up for some classes.
Oh
or
yeah,
something.
always.
Do you offer classes?
I would love to start doing workshops.
Mm-hmm.
I'm in talks of some different businesses around the area that would love to host me. I just have to write out the lesson plan. So they'll definitely be invited. You all are invited.
Yes, yes, welcome. No, that's exciting. You've always been super, super knowledgeable, and I'm so happy that you're getting the opportunity to share that knowledge with the wider city area.
That's great. That's great. I feel that New York City is such a specific environment. So when you look up plant care, plant tips on just Google or the internet, you're going to get so many different opinions from people. But the thing is that not all of those opinions are going to be correct. You need to have someone who understands what it's like to live in New York City, to be in a really, really crowded apartment, AC, heating rods, that type of environment. And honestly, New York City plants are the strongest plants.
Oh,
'Cause
are
we
they?
have to endure everything.
That's true.
You know what I mean? Like they literally are torched like this past week. But then also you have to deal with air conditioners blasting on them. We have winter, we have long winters, tight spaces, windows that could possibly be blocked by another building. So you talk to a gardener who perhaps lives in California, much more open space, much more sunlight, more temperate, versus here where things change. And when things change, they fluctuate as well, but also extreme. But that honestly yields some of the strongest plants.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
What doesn't kill you make you stronger. It sounds like you're the hero that New York needs for their plants. So
I do, yeah. I always like imagining myself as a little bit of a superhero.
I agree. Well, that's kind of how I envision you. I feel like we need to install like a plant signal in this city just to like shoot into the
I
sky.
would love that.
Would it be a pitcher plant? What would it be?
Oh, what would it be? I think it would be. Oh, a picture. I mean, a picture plant would be funny, but people would probably think it's a giant
dig.
dick.
That's true. Oh, goodness. Well, because I know you have pitcher plants, right?
I do have picture plants. Carnivorous plants are one of my favorites. The
Same.
killer plants, of course.
Yes, carnivorous plants are so horror icon coded.
They are. They are.
So tell me, what do you love about carnivorous plants?
I love carnivorous plants because there's a eeriness, but beauty to them at the same time. So there's like this kind of. I feel that carnivorous plants are very, very romantic in a way. There's something almost erotic about them.
Yeah,
Because because like how they move, how they lure their prey.
I was gonna say they're very seductive.
Yeah, they're very simple.
Yeah.
Come over and even humans, we are entranced by them. Like when you see a Venus flytrap's mouth, you want to look in there. You want to poke it. But you never want to do that with any other plant. But somehow with that plant, you want to do it too.
Yeah,
In a pitcher plant, you want to look inside of that pitcher. What's going on in there?
I do.
So even to prey that is too big for the plant to eat, even we are lured into them.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's kind of beautiful and kind of sexy in a way.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
I have always been enamored of carnivorous plants. I just find them so fascinating. In my mind, it's like, oh, the tables have turned. Now the plant's eating.
Yeah,
you know.
kind of jokes on you.
But I remember as a kid, like I couldn't wrap my mind around a salad eating a human. Is how I thought about it when I was a kid. Yeah, like the salad's eating me.
Oh, fun fact: most carnivorous plants are non-toxic.
Really?
Yeah.
So like you can eat
You
one?
can eat one and be perfectly fine. Isn't that funny?
I don't know if I'd want to though.
I don't think I've ever eaten one.
Yeah.
I don't like eating my kids.
I was gonna say. So you have a pitcher plant, Venus flytraps.
Pitcher plant, Venus flytrap. I have sundews. They have like little tentacles.
Yeah.
And they have like little stickies on the and then they wrap up their prey like a little fruit roll up.
Oh, fruit roll.
Or fruit by the foot. Fruit by
Okay,
the foot.
yes.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so funny.
I have butterworts.
Which one? Whoa, what are those?
Butterworts kind of look like your traditional succulents, like the Echeveria rosette succulents.
Oh yeah.
But instead of like a smooth leaf, it's a sticky leaf. So it's like a sticky trap.
Oh, that's so cool. I might have you come back outside of Franchise Friday and just talk about carnivorous plants.
Oh,
So we might do that. Let me know, everybody, if you want that. Or I might just do it for me. That might just be like my own little gift.
We just dissect the plants together.
Yes. So I am curious about, because you talked about plant styling, and I view you as a creative person. I mean, especially now with, you're running your business, you're managing social media. So what's your creative process like?
For my content, for my videos, I always like to be, number one, educational. I want people to be able to take away 1, 2, or 3 tips from each video. So even though things are packaged up in a very humorous and sparkly ADHD style, at the end of the video, I still want you to be able to be like, oh, I know how to take care of a snake plant now. I know how to prune back this plant. I know how to take care of a carnivorous plant. I love people taking away information in a fun way. So first and foremost, education all the way. But I like things that are very quick, snappy, funny. I think that's the best way for people to learn, is when something comes out quickly, catches your attention, but also you're able to retain knowledge at the same time.
Yeah. And it takes a special skill to be able to do that, because not everybody is able to master brevity in that way.
It takes it takes a lot of takes. A lot of people don't see, like, when they watch my videos, like, oh my god, this seems so like fun and flowy. But not a lot of people see what happens behind the scenes. Dirt flying everywhere, pots knocking over, wigs flying off.
Oh, okay. Well, let's talk about that. You did something that was really fun. I think it was yesterday or maybe the day before. You did the top 3 gayest plants. So tell me about that video, because, like, where did the inspiration come from?
The idea for coming up with gayest plants was, I know that a lot of my friends have sent me videos of, like, oh, this person says, like, this plant is gay, this plant is this, and I'm watching it and I'm just like, oh, it's not
hitting.
It's not hitting. I mean, like, yeah, this flower's a lesbian, but why? Or, like, these are bisexual. I appreciated the idea, but I wanted people to go a little further. And I think when I used to work at the plant store, we also had discussions of what's a gay plant, what's a lesbian plant.
Yeah.
And so it just be kind of like this inside joke. So it was a perfect storm. And I said, okay, I think it's time for me to make my top 3 gayest plants. So my top 3 gayest plants, number 1 is a Rex begonia. It's like really, really
like frilly and flouncy,
yeah. Huge leaves, spiraling leaves, tons of color, really, really big. Like, they're grown for size. And
so she's a size queen.
She's a size queen.
She's a size queen,
but
everybody.
Also a total femme.
Okay. Listen, we love it.
I love it.
Subvert the bitches.
And a deeper dive too is that the Rex begonia names gay.
Really?
So for instance, you have Jurassic watermelon Rex begonia, Persian swirl, raspberry sherbet, double El Paso fire flush double. Like,
wait, is that really a thing?
yes. Like, if you look
these are like drag queen names.
Drag queen names. Like, if you look up the varieties of Rex begonias, all of them gay.
That's
like,
great to know.
A gay man was involved with the naming process.
Perfect. So that's number 1.
That's number 1.
And number 2.
Number 2, I would say, is a variegated snake plant.
Okay.
So you think you're getting like a regular snake plant. But no. Looks can be deceiving.
Ooh.
This one actually requires a little bit more light than your usual snake plant.
Okay.
So it actually is more higher maintenance.
Oh, she's a queen.
She's a queen.
Okay.
So, like, I feel like whenever you're like on Grindr, you what's up? Like, hey, but then right when they come over, they fucking drop their pants and put their butts in the air.
Yep. Oh my gosh, yeah.
Gay.
I feel that. Okay. Yeah. So we're talking like the bait and switch, like the DL trade that low key wants you to put it up there.
Exactly.
Heard it.
So
okay.
that is the variegated snake plant.
Okay.
And then my third is Venus flytrap.
I'm here for it.
Obvious reasons. But the biggest reason is that there's a musical written about the Venus flytrap. So this plant loves musicals.
Okay.
That's
gay.
Gay.
Gay. Well, thank you for sharing. I loved that video. It was so much fun. You were right. It was so sparkly and frenetic, and I mean that in the best possible way, everybody. So we talked about what the gayest plants are. I'm curious to know, which plants are the most horrifying in real life? One would think carnivorous plants, right?
Carnivorous plants, of course, traditionally, we think are very, very horrifying. first thing that comes to mind about the idea of horror is what I see when I doctor people's plants. So it's not actually the plant that's horrifying, it's what people do to the plant that's horrifying.
Okay.
That's where my mind goes when I think of horrifying plants.
Okay, so let's talk.
So when I think of a horrifying plant, I think of the first image that comes to my mind is a mushy, rotten snake plant.
Overwatered and not
yeah.
drained properly.
And the thing is that if you ever experienced a overwatered snake plant and one that's rotting off, number one, the stench is horrible.
Oh.
It smells like rot, and when you touch the leaves, literally they melt off in your hands and they become all stringy and mushy. It's disgusting.
It's just like when you leave all of your vegetables in the good intentions drawer in your fridge and you forget about them for like 3 weeks. That's the kind of texture.
That's the
I'm
kind of stuff.
imagining.
But it's not even cold, it's warm.
Ew. Yucky. Okay. That is pretty horrifying.
It's pretty horrifying.
This is the body horror part of
body horror. This is gore.
This is Cronenberg.
This is gore. Oh, yeah. I think a rotted snake plant. Close mention is also any plant that is infested with a kind of pest.
Yeah.
So one example was I was doctoring this really, really old cactus in Industry City. Beautiful office, beautiful room. And they're just like, well, something's wrong with our cactus. We just don't know what's wrong with it. So I go over to the cactus. I'm like, wow, what a beautiful ghost cactus. He's like, yeah. It's like this cool white powder to it. It's really nice and like creepy. We love it. I'm like, yeah. I've never seen one this big before. I take a closer look. Though that's not a shade of white. It's scale. Scale is a pest that kind of forms this hard shell on the outside. But this scale, instead of being traditional brown or a dark color, it was translucent. So I looked at it, literally this whole thing was covered in this translucent skin.
Wild.
And it was all pests. Like literally the pests have created an exoskeleton outside of this cactus. And the only way I could get that scale off is with a screwdriver. And I peeled off one like sliver of it off, and we saw the true color of the cactus. It's green underneath. Disgusting.
That's for some reason, hearing that, I just imagine it like on my skin, and I immediutely get the heebie-jeebies. I think of like the flesh-eating bacteria, or like parasitic kind of shit. Whoa. Okay.
Yeah, that's horrifying.
We need
what I do for a living, horrifying.
What you do for a living, horrifying. All right, I'm going to change the subject before I get disgusted. We're going to talk a little bit about queerness, because it is Pride, everybody. What queer stereotype do you most embody?
Oh, I'm really extra about things.
Yes.
I realized that. Just thinking about like, okay, what is just something you do all the time? I go the extra mile to do the most ridiculous things.
Fair.
So for instance, when I stretch, it's you know what I mean? When I sit, it's not just sitting, it's leaning. It's a little pose.
Okay. There's a flounce to it. There's like a...
How do I make this more fabulous? Even if I'm not speaking.
I love that.
I just have to be a little...
I love that. Just a little extra, putting a little extra sugar on it.
A little
just a little
dusting. I love doing that. In a situation like at the gym when I'm not even talking, but like how I put back a weight.
I love that.
I just live and love doing little extra things.
Just a little bit more.
Yeah. It's like, yes, I will take an extra ketchup packet.
As you should. As you should. So you're a horror girly. Yes. When did you get into horror?
So I grew up with horror movies.
Okay.
Meaning that my parents loved horror movies. So my mom's used to watch The Exorcist, Poltergeist, Creepshow was also was also on the TV growing up. So I was always surrounded by the horror genre. But it wasn't until the 90s when I actively chose
Yes, everybody. This is the content I'm here for. Do it again.
It wasn't until the 90s that I actively chose to watch a horror movie.
Okay.
And my first movie of choice was Scream.
Oh, what a movie to come out of the gate choosing.
Oh, I remember going to the movie theater at my mall. when the malls used to be happening.
Oh gosh, yeah. I miss a mall. Little side note, I
Yeah.
miss a mall. But yeah, so you went to the mall. You
Went
saw
to the
Scream.
mall, went to the movie theater there, saw Scream, and I was like, this is amazing. But I was too young to understand like what it represents. I was just like, oh my god, why am I so into this? So that was kind of my my gateway horror.
That's a good one. Even if you don't understand the context, or the landscape that movie was released in and how it breathed so much fresh air into the horror genre outside of its impact, it's such a good movie. How old were you when you watched it?
Like 1996.
96, I think. Yeah.
10.
I was like 8 or 9 when we first watched it. We first watched it at home. We were a Blockbuster house. Yeah.
Wait, how did I get in there? Because it was rated R, right?
Yeah. Did anybody take you?
No, my parents dropped me off. They're like, here you go.
Did you maybe just like the classic movie hop thing?
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I used to do shit like that. I love that shit. Anyway, when did horror start feeling queer to you?
I think maybe recently.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, let's talk.
Because I'm a little bit of a... I don't really think about things. I think I was having this discussion with one of my friends. Like, Richard, you are so brilliant with plants, like body and horticulture, but everything else, you're kind of like... You're a little bit of a ditz.
I think that's the gay stereotype that we embody.
Wait, what are you talking about? I'm really smart.
I'm so smart. You are smart.
So smart.
Listen, you can be smart and not use it.
True.
So recently is when it
Recently,
started.
yeah.
Okay.
I think actually through you.
Probably.
Because you're like, well, like, oh, this is so queer. I'm like, oh, yeah, I knew that. But like when I went home after the coffee, I was like, wait a minute, did I understand that or did I just agree to something?
No, that's
I'm
so
still,
funny.
I'm still figuring it out.
Yeah. Oh no, and this is a great place to figure that
Yeah.
out too, because we're just gonna be, obviously, I'm gonna be throwing shit out there, and
Please
like
do.
by all means, yeah.
I wish to be educated.
Yes, and your opinions, of course, are welcome as well.
Oh,
If there's
yeah.
anything that
You'll
you
be
plug,
hearing it. You'll be hearing it.
of course, whether you like it or not.
This mic is on.
Now, you grew up watching horror. Was there one that scared you the most as a kid?
Ooh, I think the one that scared me the most was probably Child's Play. Specifically, this. I think it's Child's Play 2. I think you have to remind me because
Tell me what scared you about it.
Okay, it's when they were in the toy factory too. Yeah, and they start putting like plastic things into Chucky.
So good.
And then like he fills up with, and then there's the conveyor belt and he comes out all mutated and shit.
Yeah.
That
So
freaked
good.
me out as a kid.
Child's Play 2 is my favorite Child's Play movie. I haven't released the Cult of Chucky episode yet, but we do like our final wrap up on the Child's Play series. And if memory serves correctly, because I'm a Gemini, my opinion changes with the wind. But I'm pretty sure at the time I said that Child's Play 2 is my favorite one. It's
Yeah.
so good.
I'm a Virgo.
You're a Virgo?
I'm a Virgo.
Oh, yeah, we're both mutable signs.
yeah.
I fuck with Virgos.
Oh.
Yes, I love a Virgo. So, wait, Virgo, and then...
My rising is Leo.
Okay,
And
I'll
my-
forgive you. I'll forgive
And
you.
my moon is in Leo too.
Oh, no! Everybody, I'm sorry. We're going to have to find a new co-host.
I'm shoved out the window.
No, here's the thing. I love Leos. The problem is there's a handful of Leos out there that don't like me. I'm sorry. It's just the tea.
That's so mean.
It's well.
you want me to talk to them?
No, please don't.
Do you want me to say something?
They're gone. They're gone. It's
Yeah.
fine. No, I think what it is there's certain Leos out there that hate the fact that I effortlessly pull attention, and
Oh yeah.
that's
they
kind
don't
of
like
what
that.
it is. That's the
They don't
tea.
like that.
So listen, and I fuck with fire signs. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine. I have like post Leo traumatic
Trauma.
stress.
I mean, understandably so.
Mhm.
Understandably so.
It's
But I
okay.
think that the Virgo, honestly, the Virgo is what saves me.
It really is.
Because the thing is that like Leos are all like showboaty and shit. Like, nah. But a Virgo is a thinker. So
Didn't you just say that you don't think?
I don't know. Why are you coming after? Why are you coming after us? Shut it down. Shut it down. Shut it down.
No, I know what you didn't do last summer.
I didn't do much. I really didn't do much. I would not be a good character. In
Oh,
this
gosh.
franchise. I know
Oh.
you did. Actually, I didn't do anything.
It's like you know what I did last summer? I don't even know what I did yesterday. So thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Do you want to tell me?
Please tell me. Please tell me.
Oh, No, it's okay. Virgo, it's all forgiven. What horror trope do you absolutely live for? Like, what's your favorite trope in horror movies?
A divine trope.
She's a thinker, everybody. She's a thinker. A trope is something.
Really? That's stupid.
No. This is great.
No, I'm being honest.
No, it's
Yeah,
fair. A trope is just like something that you see a lot. Not necessarily cliche, but it's a type of occurrence that happens in horror movies. For example, you will have sex and then you will die. You know, if you smoke weed, you die. It's just something that's very formulaic. You see it a lot in horror movies, you know. What are some other ones? Why am I drawing a blank right now? Well, the final girl. The final girl. Like the final girl in itself is kind of a trope. The slasher having a phallic weapon. Somebody going running upstairs instead of going out the door, splitting up, you know, those are tropes, you know. And you also think of like character types, like you have your stoner character. You have the final girl, you have the shitty boyfriend, things like that.
My favorite trope is probably the bad girl.
The bad girl?
I love a good bad girl.
Oh yeah. We love a bad girl.
She's always like the one that's always paired up with the innocent one or the virgin.
Mm-hmm.
And she's just like the badass. She's like the bad influence.
I think of my favorite bad girl. This is horror. It's not slasher, but my favorite bad girl is Faith from Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Yes. I'm doing a Buffy rewatch right now, everybody, which I'm super happy because SMG is in this movie that we're talking about.
She is? Oh wait, No, she is. No,
yes.
She is. Sorry, I fast forwarded.
Oh my god, so fucking funny. So I'm on. I just finished season 3, so Faith is fresh on my mind. Faith is my favorite character in that whole franchise, the series. I love Faith.
I mean, like, of course, I love Buffy.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Everyone loves Buffy.
Everyone loves Buffy.
And
Willow too. I love Willow. Yeah.
Who would be my favorite though? I kind of like Giles.
Giles is great. They're all great.
Yeah, they're all actually all
except for Xander. If you stand Xander,
Ooh, no.
He's like Joss Whedon has admitted it himself. Xander is a self-insert, and it shows.
Yeah. Ugh. Although I did think he was kind of cute. Like
I did too.
Specifically it was in season 2. It was when he
the
joined
swimming
the
episode.
swim team. Oh my god, how did you know it? Too?
Because same.
I was like, oh, what a loser. And then right when he joined this, I was like, actually,
Yeah, the episode's called Go Fish. It's the episode before the 2-part season finale. I think it's like episode 20. Yeah. We get a nice little slow-mo shot of him in the Speedo. I get it.
I was like, it's Xander.
And in the 90s, the objectification of males like that wasn't that common. So I get it. I 100% get it. I'm curious to know this is gassy. Let me have some of that. I feel like I need some now.
I'm not this belchy. I don't know why. You just bring it out of me.
It's the gas. Yes. I bring gas out of people. I need to get on board with you. There we go. Not as good as yours. Yours is deeper.
It's cute.
Thank you.
Yeah. Keep it cute.
I'm just a woman. I'm just a dainty little woman. Do you have a guilty pleasure horror movie? Like a horror movie that you enjoy that other people don't, or that you feel like you shouldn't enjoy?
I really liked Megan. Is that considered a horror movie?
It is considered a horror movie. I don't think that's guilty pleasure though.
Everyone
but that's
likes
fine.
it.
Yeah, Megan's cunty.
I'm trying to think like what's something that no one likes.
I think of things like Evil Bong or
Okay. You open the door.
Yeah, okay, great.
Okay. There's a movie called Santa's Sleigh.
I haven't. Have I seen it?
Really bad.
Okay.
I think Chris Kattan is in it.
Okay.
It's an all-star opening cast.
Oh, is that the one with fucking friend the nanny?
Yes.
When she's like Santa.
Yes. That's the one.
I haven't seen it, but I've heard about it.
It's pretty bad. And like, there's a claymation like part of the movie. Like, it's really bad. One of the most ridiculous twists is that Santa Claus can like throw fireballs out of his mouth. It was really weird. The protagonists were like running away from Santa, like, haha, take that, Santa. And Santa goes, bro.
That's wild. That is wild. I do have to see that movie.
It's really bad.
I will say though, I'm a slut for claymation. I love claymation, like stop motion, claymation, that kind of stuff.
It's an art form.
If they throw it into a movie, doesn't matter how good or bad it is, I'm gonna appreciate the fuck out of it. Everybody, I'm gonna appreciate the fuck out of that. I have to wait. I refuse to watch any kind of Christmas or holiday horror until the holiday. Yes. So we're gonna put a pin in that. Everybody listening at home and watching at home, put a pin in that. We're all gonna watch Santa's Sleigh this season, and when you hate it, go ahead and shoot Richard a DM. I'm gonna do a burp count. Everybody. I'm not even kidding. Whatever burps make it into the edit. At the end of our season together, I'm going to let you know how many times you burped into my microphone. All right, everybody?
Challenge
accepted. I've already lost count. Editing Crybaby, future Crybaby out there, have fun with that. You committed to it on camera. Is there a horror movie that is critically acclaimed, one that is generally said to be good, that you don't like?
Yes.
Okay.
Nosferatu.
You didn't like Nosferatu?
No, that was kind of
okay.
boring.
That's fair. You don't strike me as a period girly, though.
No.
Yeah.
Not. And like, why does the quality look so bad?
Eggers is very much about like transporting you back to a historically accurate piece of time. So I get it. The dialogue can be kind of dry, but you didn't like how horny it was. You didn't like the Nosferatu dong just being slung all over the place.
I literally was cleaning my kitchen while watching it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Listen.
Judgment.
I'm not judging you. I get it. Okay, here. No. I get it because when I first watched it, I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure if I liked it or not, you know? I had to sit with it, and then I went back and watched it again, and I'm like, okay, like, it was good. It's not as good as everybody said it was, but, like, I liked it.
Yeah.
I fucking love the cinematography in it. I think...
Okay. Oh, you're coming from, like, a film perspective.
Yeah. I can get the story kind of gig, and, you know, some of the acting wasn't the best.
Yeah.
So, no judgment here.
It's hard to get me, like, to watch a movie, though. Like, I wonder
why.
I will get distracted. Really
Yes,
easily.
I can tell.
I get really distracted. Like, if something doesn't hook me in within, like, 30 seconds, I'm like, I have to change this.
Okay, fair.
Yeah.
So everybody, if you ever want to get Richard's attention, you got 30 seconds to do it. You got 30 seconds. All right.
I always feel bad on, like, first dates with guys.
Oh,
I'm like,
gosh, don't ever feel bad about a first date with a guy. I never feel bad on a first date. Ever. First off, I'm just going to be honest. It's impossible to get me on a first date.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know how to explain it without sounding like a bitch, but it's just, I have so much going on in my life right now.
Yeah.
So much that I'm working on. You know, I have a wonderful group of friends, and I have such a rich number of platonic, enriching relationships that I don't find myself actively searching for a romantic partner.
Yeah.
You know? And that's not to say that I don't want one. Like, I'm not aromantic. I very much am into it, but I just I need a very special kind of person to do that.
Yeah. And you got a lot on your plate right now.
I have so much on my plate.
She doesn't have time.
But some tea, one of my favorite things. I firmly believe that environment is like crucial to things, right? Like, our bodies remember environments. So I have a first date coffee shop and I have a breakup coffee shop. Yeah. I haven't been there in a minute, but they were both in Williamsburg, where I used to work. Yeah. I had the coffee shop that, not one that I loved too much, but it was one that was cute, that I enjoyed being in. That was my first date coffee shop. And then the coffee shop that I absolutely hated, I thought it was trash, everybody. I was like, okay, this is where I'm going to break up with people. So this poor baristas probably knew anytime I came in there with a guy that
something's happening.
Like, someone's going to be crying. So, and people say that that's like crazy behavior. I don't think so. Do you think it?
I don't think that's crazy.
I don't think it's crazy behavior at all.
No, not at all. I've seen a lot crazier on the streets here.
Thank you. All right. My final question for you before we do our rapid fire shit.
Final question.
What do you love the most about horror?
I like horror movies because it gives young actresses a chance to be the new girl. A lot of horror movies, there's always a new talent, a new actress to be shown off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I think it's a great movie to highlight really, really strong female actors.
No, I think that's a great answer.
Yeah.
Especially
It's
like,
never about the guy. Let's be honest. Horror movies
No.
are always about the girl.
yes, they are. Because they're more interesting.
Way more interesting.
Way more
And we want to
interesting.
see them fucking kick ass too.
Absolutely. Feminism. I would suggest Carol Clover. She's an academic that talks about the final girl and everything, but you don't like to think.
I was
so yeah.
You lost me.
Yes. All right, Richard. You have graduated from the hard questions. Now we're going to get to our rapid fire interview questions.
Oh, no.
I do this with every person that's new on my show. Just a bunch of questions. Don't think about them, which shouldn't be hard for you. This should be easy, okay?
Scared.
Whatever falls out of your mouth is what it is. First, most important question. Are we feeling hydrated today?
We could be more.
We could be more. Oh, God.
Let me just get a good swing of
There's
it.
going to be about 2.5 minutes before we hit a burp, everybody. Maybe less.
To answer the first rapid, yes.
Yes, you're feeling hydrated.
I'm
Wonderful.
hydrated.
Even though you're hungover.
Oh, yeah. No, I'm hydrated.
Good for you.
I'm hydrated.
Good for you. What's your go-to breakfast?
None.
You know what? No. I skip breakfast too.
I don't. The first thing in my mind in the morning is not what I'm going to eat.
Mm-hmm.
It's what I'm going to eat like later.
Like later, yeah.
Yeah.
I like skipping breakfast as well, everybody. I work
yeah.
out fasted, all that
Same
stuff.
here,
It's just way
same
better.
here. Yeah, I don't like that's like heavy. Like I wanna.
Exactly.
I like my coffee. I like my caffeine.
Mhm. That's my go-to
That's
breakfast.
my
Yes.
go-to breakfast.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Perfect.
Yeah,
Coffee.
coffee.
Wonderful. Do you have a go-to movie snack?
None.
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 You just...
I want to be dedicated to the movie. Like literally, don't give me popcorn. I don't need water. I don't need candy. It's just my hands like this.
all
on
of
the
your
chair.
senses. Okay.
'Cause if I'm locked in, I'm locked in. I don't want any
Okay.
distractions.
Okay. Fair enough. Would you rather watch
Oh.
a slasher or a supernatural movie?
Supernatural.
Supernatural. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you prefer a movie that's more of a slow burn or one that has lots of jump scares?
Jump scares.
Of course. Absolutely. Matches your energy.
That was a slow burn.
Now, do you prefer trashy cult classics or
Trashy.
prestige?
This is rapid.
Listen, I get it. Trashy as well. Do you have a horror movie ick? Just something that you see in a horror movie that immediately you're just like, I fucking hate that.
Tokens.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just like, come on. Like,
Yeah.
I just-
Thankfully, we're kind of moving away from tokens
Yeah.
sometimes. Who's an underrated final girl?
Aren't they all kind of like overrated?
It depends. I feel like there's some out there that are kind of underrated, that
Yeah.
are overlooked. Because you have your big hitters, right? Like you have Sydney Prescott and Laurie
yeah.
Strode and Nancy Thompson.
But who would be? Yeah, who would be?
But people
underrated?
think, I think about Kirsty Cotton from Hellraiser. Nobody really thinks about her.
Oh,
You know?
Yeah.
Grace from Ready or Not is pretty wildly loved as a final girl. But yeah, just like maybe in those like forgotten horror movies, the ones that aren't like the big ones.
ones?
Yeah.
How about the alien from Alien?
The alien is the final girl?
Yeah.
It's the final girl?
Well, she's like a mom,
But she's the killer.
but from whose perspective? Here?
That's true. That's a good point. From whose perspective?
Whose perspective?
You know what? I'll accept it. The alien queen is the ultimate final girl. Although I don't think she dies, doesn't she?
Next question.
Okay. All right. So you are being chased by a killer. Do you run upstairs or do you grab a knife and fight?
Grab a knife and fight.
Of course you do. Would you survive a horror movie?
No.
No, I don't think so either. Would you ever have sex in a cemetery?
Yeah.
Of course, absolutely. Anybody who's on this program better have sex in a cemetery. That's actually going to be my screening from now on. This isn't a show for babies.
No.
Which horror villain could get it?
Oh, what's his name? Jigsaw.
You would have sex with Jigsaw? John Kramer? Mr. Self-Righteous? Or are you talking about the puppet?
No, I feel like he makes situations.
Oh, you want the kink?
Yeah, he's kinky.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I want to do.
Think about all the creative ways he could tie you to the bed.
But also, he could get someone else because he loves like playing with. Other
Oh,
people,
that's
too.
true. Oh, so you want a third? Oh, yeah. We saw you from across the bar and we liked your vibe. Get in the cage.
It's the ideas.
That's fair.
I'm attracted to his brain.
Okay. Okay. Was not expecting that, everybody.
I really like people for their minds
So,
because I don't have one.
because I don't have, that's true. You do need a thinker to balance you out. Which horror movie villain do you think would be the worst hookup?
Probably Freddy.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't really disagree with you, but I'm
'Cause he's,
curious to know why.
scabby, and then he comes back in like your nightmares and stuff. I don't want that around me.
Oh yeah, there's no escaping that ex.
No, like,
Oh,
he will
that's
always come
right.
back.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Okay, fair enough. What horror item would you use in bed?
Probably a good old knife.
Some knife play. Okay. Nice. All right, just in 3 words, what's your villain origin story?
Plants pushed reemergence.
I'm going to have to work really hard to decode that, everybody.
I can decode that myself.
Plants pushed reemergence. Okay. Okay.
It's 3 words.
3 words.
I followed the directions.
Accepted. Thank you. So you're a killer.
Oh, yes.
What's your iconic look?
I think I would do. I think a good jumpsuit,
Mm-hmm.
kind of like a Ghostbusters type thing.
Okay.
I feel like it would be like an 80s
Okay.
kind of vibe. I would have a tool belt and then just really, really loud boots.
Loud boots.
I want you
like
hear
clonk, 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 clonk. Okay.
And somehow you're running. I am still walking slowly.
Yeah. But you got the power of plants pushed and reemergence behind you, whatever that means.
Yeah, exactly.
What's your weapon?
My hands.
Okay. All right. You like it intimate. You like having direct contact with your
Oh, yeah.
victims.
Mhm.
Okay. What's your tagline?
Photosynthesize this.
Photosynthesize
fire.
this. I know.
This is
I'm loving this, everybody. I'm laughing. I'm not laughing with you. I'm laughing at you.
Yes, you should laugh at me.
Oh gosh. Okay. Next question. What's your most embarrassing moment?
My most embarrassing moment was in 3rd grade, Mrs. Kennedy's class. I was wearing a green plaid shirt with green jeans and matching like green socks and green sneakers.
Okay.
Like, it was just like a
All
whole.
just all
I
green.
was really into this outfit. They really need to go to the bathroom.
Oh no.
And I said, "Hey, Mrs. Kennedy,
Uh-huh.
can I use the restroom?" And she's like, "I can't use the rest because back in the olden days, you couldn't pay, like you had to. Did they still do that?
You had to ask permission. You had to get the hall pass and
Yeah.
everything. Yeah, I don't know. That's like some
It's kind
archaic
of
bullshit.
like now that I think about it, I'm like, that's cruel. You shouldn't do that.
Yeah.
Like I needed to really pee. It's not like I'm sneaking out. Like,
Exactly.
yeah, history class was boring.
Are you trying to give children UTIs, Miss Kennedy?
Mrs. Kennedy, photosynthesize this. How old was I?
What grade was it?
3rd grade. 8.
3rd grade.
Eight.
Yes. Yes.
So 8-year-old Richard needs to go to the bathroom, and he was like, "No, you can't." And so I pissed in my pants. And I remember like my whole outfit was ruined. I remember like there was a puddle underneath there,
whole
and I was like,
outfit's
"I need to
ruined.
leave now." So right
Wow.
when that bell rang to dismiss, I ran home,
That's awful.
and then no one said anything. Mrs. Kennedy didn't say anything about it. No one, not one word.
I feel like that's your villain origin horror story.
Oh, I was pushed.
Yeah. 3 words. Mrs. Kennedy pissed. All right. What are you looking forward to right now?
I'm looking forward to knowing what we did last summer.
Oh, I'm looking forward to finding that out too. That convoluted ass storyline. All right. Final rapid fire question. Most important question.
Oh, was that just in general?
Yeah.
Oh, if I was pertaining to.
What are you looking forward to right now?
It's nice farmers markets. Yeah, 'cause there's one every weekend here in Bushwick. And it's Monday, so I have to wait all week. I'm looking forward to it.
You're looking forward to farmers markets. Yes. Okay. Final question.
Yes.
What makes you a horror icon? WHORROR icon. What makes you a horror icon?
I think because I'm like smart but kind of dumb at the same time.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and people like that person.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is the queer playground for all things scary, sexy, and stupid.
Oh.
Stupid's part of it, everybody.
Ah.
Listen, you don't got to be smart to be a horror icon.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, you can have big tits and a dream. That's
See, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yes.
I think that's why I'm an icon.
I love that.
I'm like sexy but sexy but stupid. I said that.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yes, you are. We already let them know we're talking about I Know What You Did Last Summer. So I was specifically looking for somebody who would be down to talk about I Know What You Did Last Summer, and you were very enthusiastic about it. So tell me a little bit about why you were super stoked to get into I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Well, it was one of my favorite movies growing up. So during that perfect storm, the first horror movie that I watched was Scream.
Mm-hmm.
And so immediately after,
A twofer. Oh, wow. Double whammy.
immediately after Scream came I Know What You Did Last Summer. But it was the perfect storm because Buffy also came out. And I was really, really into Buffy the Vampire Slayer. So it was the perfect mix
Yes.
for one Richard Pham.
I get that.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it played a very integral role in my childhood, especially during the summer when it came out.
Yeah. You told me you read the book, right?
I did.
Yeah.
I
What
did.
What did you think about the book? Because I haven't read the book yet.
So the book is very, very different from the movie.
Yeah.
Like it's more
It's like mystery, right?
it's like mystery. It's like
Yeah.
a who done it, who does it, was it?
Which there's still like, I feel like slashers now are like always a whodunit. But yeah,
But it wasn't about like the violence or the killing. It
Yeah.
was more so just like the psychological terror of them running away from their past or something like that.
Okay.
Rather than like, oh, there's actually a killer.
Okay, I see. Nice. Nice. Did you read the book before you saw the movie?
I read the book after I saw the movie.
Oh, okay. So then were you disappointed?
I
Either
was
direction?
very disappointed.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I thought there was going to be like a chase scene. I thought, you know, like I was imagining Sarah Michelle Gellar in it. And
Yeah.
like Sarah Michelle would never say this.
No, that's awesome. I'm right there with you. I feel like I Know What You Did Last Summer, while not one of my most favorite movies, it does have a special place in my heart because of that era. Because I think this one, of all of the movies that were sparked from Scream's success, I feel like this is the one that most people know about and reference. Like it's the one that's the most closely associated with Scream.
Yeah.
And I think a huge part of that is Kevin Williamson wrote both of them. He's the screenwriter. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't
He
know
wrote
that.
the screenplay for I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Oh.
And then we have our Hot Sexy Teens.
Yes,
So-
yes. In Scream, I
Mhm.
think it was just like Nev Campbell, Drew Barrymore. Like there's only a few. No, they were all teens.
Yeah.
But I felt like I Know What You Did Last Summer was like, these are your teen heartthrobs. It was like the four of them.
Well, it was the who's who of the 90s. I mean, we had three name big hitters. Jennifer Love Hewitt, Sarah Michelle Gellar, Freddie Prinze Jr.
Oh yeah.
And then Ryan Phillippe.
Ryan Phillippe.
With his two name having ass bitch. But it really it was the who's who of that time.
It
Like,
was, yeah.
They were all taking off. And
Mhm.
you know, with Scream, you had Drew Barrymore, who was already very, very well established at that point. And
But you had like older like figures in there too.
yeah, you had like David Arquette.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Courtney Cox was like more of an older.
exactly. And like their stars
the
were on
mom
rise.
was a character.
Oh gosh, Maureen. Let that woman rest, people. God, every movie they're just like, let's drag Maureen Prescott through the fucking mud. That whore. My God. Yeah, no, this one, it felt like an all-star cast.
Yeah.
We had all the hotties of the 90s. Now, I'm just curious to know, what do you expect from this experience on Horror Icon? From this, because we're going to be watching the whole franchise. So there's 3.
Yes.
So I know, I still
still
know,
know.
and I'll always know. And then we're also going to hit up that, we're doing that one too, the new
Yeah.
one that's coming out. Yeah, absolutely. So there's going to be 4 movies that we're watching. So what are you expecting from this experience?
Well, I'm expecting for you to explain the queer intersection of this movie.
I'm expecting you to do all the work.
Yeah, that's what I expect.
I'm just here to burp and look pretty, everybody.
That's literally what I'm here for. I like the movie. Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, I'm ready to be mind blown. I'm ready
Yeah.
for you to tell me how this intersects into queer culture.
Yeah.
And maybe like why do I like it so much? I can't even explain it.
Yeah, that's a really good question. Maybe we will answer that.
It's like this is like a deep therapy session.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Of course. I'm excited to hear what you think. I think you're going to stumble upon some queer things without knowing about it.
Game on.
Yep, that's my goal.
All right.
My goal is to activate at least 2 of your brain cells by the time we are done with this.
That's a lot. I might explode.
I think we can make that happen. All right, excellent. So that's it for our Meet the Co-Hosts episode, everybody. Everybody, round of applause for Richard Pham, Plant Daddy MD. Richard,
Yes.
where can our listeners find you?
You could find me on Instagram at Lord Fierce, on TikTok at Plant Daddy MD, And you can also check out my website, plantdaddymd.com.
She has a website. So official. Most excellent.
Yeah.
And of course, you can find me, Crybaby, on the Instagram at cryin without the G _in_ public. And then follow Horror Icon. That's going to be Horror Icon Pod, WHORROR Icon Pod. And yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah.
Why am I asking you? Anyway, everybody, we will see you on our next episode where we talk about the first installment. Until then, cuties, don't be scared unless you're into that sort of thing. Bye.
It was the first thing in my head.
I'm obsessed with that. You know what I wish I did?
Okay.
I wish I was like, until next time, cuties, photosynthesize this.